Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. My name is Liv, and I'm streaming to you live from Scorching Hot, Berlin. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? So we currently had 37 degrees Celsius in Berlin. That's almost 100 Fahrenheit for our American friends. And the problem in Berlin is that the sun currently goes up at 6 in the AM and goes down at 22. That's 10 p.m. for our American friends. So we basically have 16 hours of sunlight, no cloud in sight, no hope at all. So currently people in Berlin just go sunbathing. We have a lot of lakes around here, go to the forest, stay in the shade. We also have lots of nudist beaches, that's a thing. The free body culture is alive and well in Berlin. Something we all know that is not what the current state of affairs in the US is, that's for sure. And tonight we are going to continue finally with our Ravenous Void runs in the Lost Ruin Monolith. So yesterday I managed to upgrade my blessing a bit from 53% to 58%. This is increased glove drop chance blessing, and we get it from the Stolen Lance monolith. I basically like that monolith more because it's sunny, you have a lot of echoes on the outside and all that stuff. Forest, tundras, jungles, desert oasis, very nice. And the Last Ruin is just full of these depressing cellars, full of corridors and all that jazz. And yeah, basically I've changed the graphics to very bright, especially for this monolith. Streamer mode is on, so I think you can see the game just fine. And currently the music shouldn't be too loud, you can hear me well, and the game sounds too, hopefully. Still playing with the mixer. But that, not a lot of work outside of the stream itself. Spent about 2 weeks to configure everything to our liking, and now we can just have fun and play the game. So did you guys watch the developer stream yesterday on Last Epoch? I did, for about an hour and a half. And yeah, it's clear that the current content update will be with us for a while. Depths of Terra has been released in March. And what did it bring? Basically 2 new dungeons, the Lightness Arbor and Soulfire Bastion. And that's about it. And they said since May in the developer blog that the next patch will come, not patch, but content update will come September-ish. That's an actual quote. So about 6 months of development time, which we can only surmise that they will try to launch the multiplayer in autumn. Because Mike yesterday in the stream, a lot of people were asking, myself included, what the next content patch will bring. They were pretty hush-hush about it. Of course, they don't want to give a lot of information on that. But Mike confirmed that it won't contain a new mastery, okay? So as I was telling you guys, they are not focusing on new masteries right now. I don't think they are focusing on new chapters either. Maybe one more chapter until release. That's not the priority. They are focusing on combat feel, on performance, and on multiplayer. And multiplayer will be their biggest challenge for 11th hour games. If they can deliver on that, I think the game is on to a good and successful 1.0 release. But until summer comes, if you wanna play the game, just look around my YouTube channel, you can subscribe there as well. I put on stream highlights, and you know, my advice to you is just try out some new classes, try out some new builds, come up with your own, don't just copy other people's builds, and have fun that way. Or do it the hard way, like myself. Just do endgame viable build, like I have, and start farming the rarest item in the game, which is the Ravenous Void Gloves. And spend your time that way, because otherwise the game won't bring you too much new content this year. Beside multiplayer, technical improvements, performance, better animations for combat, hopefully we've seen some examples, death animations on mobs. That's also very important. More impact on hits, especially for melee classes. So a lot of work, actually, if you think about it, especially the multiplayer, but it's more behind the scenes work. It's more back end, let's say. It won't hit you in the face and you say, oh, we've gotten lazy, we're not doing anything, but we're actually working a lot. And I think the main focus right now is the multiplayer and of course the game performance. So just have to see what the next content update will bring, but I think we are entering the preparations for actual 1.0 release. We're currently at 0.5.5, 0.8.5, excuse me, version F. Yeah, 0.8.5.F. And the next release with the major content update in autumn will be probably 0.9. And guys, when you're at 0.9, you can basically expect 1.0 to come like any minute now, right? I'm not sure they'll release it by the end of the year. It really depends on a lot of factors outside even the developer's control, I think. And that is how the multiplayer goes. But once they test the multiplayer thoroughly with a lot of people online and also add rating systems and all the systems behind that, we'll be pretty much at the 0.9.5 version, which is almost 1.0. So yeah, let's hope they will be able to do it. I'm confident and I am here. I will be here, guys. Hopefully we'll get the Ravenous Void gloves by then, because we want to move on to other types of content as well. I never did Soulfire Bastion and Lightless Arbor on this character, so I want to actually test it out. I also need to kill the tier 4 Jura in Temple Sanctum in order to make this baby here, Twisted Heart, legendary Twisted Heart with Kairos. I have two of them actually, both with one legendary potential, so still lots of things to do. And even if I use up all my keys, I have like dozens upon dozens of keys for all dungeons, then we can start the arena and see how far we can survive. See if we can get to the 1000, the wave number 1000, and yeah, that's about it. And even then we can start a new class. So lots of things to do, but of course I would prefer for the multiplayer to come as soon as possible, so that we can actually play together on stream as well, because that's a lot more fun to watch, I think. Okay, so this beacon summons leeches. You can see that purple line over there. Leeches are the worst. Leeches are the worst, and lots of hearts as well. Yeah, we'll see if we're able to do it, because right now it doesn't look too hot. It doesn't look too hot, guys. It's pretty bad, and that leech continues to leech my health. Very bad. Very bad. Okay. Managed to do it in the nick of time. Stability is also maxed out, so we can just get out of here. Hasta la vista, baby. And let's go to the next one. Oh good, oh good. Let's just do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. Slow on hit, I don't mind. Let's just get that stability and do some more Elder Gasper runs tonight, because I feel the vibe, man. I feel the vibe. It's scorching hot here. We're trying to survive. Just going to reach the end of the world here, the last ruin, and do everything we can to get that Ravenous Void tonight. Thank you for joining, my friends. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Just write a message in the chat, say hi, and let me know what you think, what your plans for the weekend are, and what do you think of the current state of the game, which is kind of lacking new content updates and everything, anything major. Just waiting for that multiplayer. Things are getting hot, hot, hot. So I changed the color of the subtitles that are still being analyzed by the software. They're white now because I was watching yesterday's stream and that purplish color, which fits in better with the actual theme of the channel, wasn't visible at all. So I think this is a bit better. And if I test like a widget here, yeah, it's all good because the text for the person who subscribes or follows the channel is also white, so that this is kind of the color theme I thought for the stream. Just the purple and some cornflower blue, light blue color, and white or grayish, as you can see for the objective bar in the upper left of your screen. So since we're not farming for items, we know where our item drops for the boss, from Elder Gaspar, then we can go ahead and farm some more stability and just see what kind of modifiers we get. We're avoiding damage modifiers, I'm telling you that for sure, and as few as possible health mods, because at this corruption level you just get a lot of health, and when you reach Elder Gaspar the fight lasts for like 10 minutes, which is insane. So we're almost at 108. So 108 bonus corruption. I've gotten used to the numbers from the Stonewall Lance. That's another monolith we did the past 2 days to improve that glove drop chance blessing. And yeah, we did that at 350 corruption. But the bonus stability numbers were a bit lower than that. But I think we're getting quite deep inside the monolith. You can see on the web if you're close to the edge of the web, just because you start running into Orobis nodes, and at some point they block you, so whichever way you go you just get Orobis nodes, and then you know you've reached the edge of the map, of the web, and then you can just go around the web on the outside to farm significantly more stability than you normally do. So we're not reaching to fill out that bonus stability bar because I just think that's not very efficient. We can just fill it around half of it and then go next to the next monolith on the outside, on the edge of the web. And I think we can get more stability that way. High health enemies, slow on hit, increased damage. I'm not gonna do that, so we're going to go here in rage, increased health. Okay, we're just going this way. We're going towards mob survivability, let's say, more HP, less damage taken, stuff like that. I'm just going to try and avoid the modifier with 45% critical strike avoidance for mobs, just because I'm a crit based build. 74% spell critical strike chance. And I also rely on crits to regain my health with the Prism Wraps. So whenever I crit, I regain my health, which I lose by using the Twisted Heart of Eucharos. Whenever I cast, a percentage of my health, you can see it drops, gets converted to ward. So I have 2500 ward right now. In order to regain the lost health, we use the Prism Wraps, and we need a lot of crits to replenish that health as fast as possible. So with the critical strike avoidance on mobs, that means I crit significantly less often, and this affects me on many levels, not just the damage output, let's say. How is it with you, wherever you are, my friends? Do you feel the heat yet? Do you feel the summer yet? I know in Europe it's pretty bad, especially in Spain, south of France. Temperatures above 42 degrees Celsius, which I guess is, I don't know, 120 Fahrenheit. I have no idea. But I cannot just convert Celsius to Fahrenheit in my mind, because Celsius is a linear scale and Fahrenheit is an exponential scale. So there's no one-to-one correspondence between a number x of Celsius degrees and a number y of Fahrenheit degrees. Unfortunately, there are differences between the imperial and metric systems, and it's a pain to do that, to convert some things in your mind. At least for miles, you know, like a mile is 2 kilometers, so that's pretty easy to approximate. A pound is half of a kilo, so 2 pounds is 1 kilogram and all that stuff. But with Fahrenheit, I don't know if there's an actual formula, but if there is, it's probably more complex than just the additions and multiplications. Alright? Now let's see what this shrine gives us. Reflective shrine. So basically it triples my damage reflection, and I get damage reflection by using flame ward. Whenever I get hit, I reflect a portion of the damage back. Flame ward is normally flame ward, but in the skill tree you can convert it to lightning damage. I'm a lightning based build with significantly increased lightning damage. It's currently at 903% with bonuses, so about 692, 700 base. So we can convert the flame ward to lightning damage, but then it's still called flame ward, so I guess, yeah. Developers also promise they'll be working on spell effects more. Also debuffs, I think it's important because currently you can't really see which mob has which debuff. Which I guess for single player is fine, I don't mind it a lot. But when you're playing multiplayer with maybe 3 other people, I don't think parties in Last Epoch would have 5 people. I think 5 people parties are quite a lot, considering there aren't so many mobs on the screen. So I think four people parties are the best. And of course, depending on who else would like to join from the stream, we'll see. I think it's even more efficient. Make yourself, thank you for the follow. And I think I know who you actually are, so thank you for that. And yeah, so basically, my friends, we're going to have to see what the next content update might bring. But if the developer says September-ish, you just know it's not going to be even September at all. Because once they say, okay, we're going to provide content updates every 3-4 months, getting ready for that online live service game we want to bring you, and then they say, okay, next development update and content update will happen in 6 months. Hey Mixel, how are you? Do you feel the heat over there in Italy, or is it a bit better than it is currently in Berlin? It's 47 degrees Celsius, it's insane. It's boiling hot, especially for Berlin standards. So the Germans are just getting crazy. I can't remember the last time Berlin actually had 47 degrees Celsius. It's gonna be a hot summer, and hopefully not a very cold winter. And you all know what I mean by that, I'm sure. But this channel isn't about politics, it's about mostly last epoch currently, and yeah, trying to get that sweet drop, getting to Elder Gaspar. Could be better, could be worse, Mickey. Could be better, could be worse, but yeah, I'm not the one to complain. It's a bit hot over there at the moment, but we're trying to survive. Thankfully, the night is coming. Nice little Berlin party stream, and then it will get cooler. I didn't know you were actually watching gaming streams. Do you play any games at all currently? But I just know there are so many categories on Twitch. Last Epoch is just one of them. It's really a game in early access, so still waiting on the release date. It's playable even now. But if in Berlin there are 37 degrees Celsius, I can imagine that in Italy or Spain or even the south of France are over 40 right now, so pretty bad, pretty bad. Yeah, so you can see, guys, the performance drop here. It's the developers are working on that, but hopefully they will manage to optimize the game when there are too many mobs on the screen, because even on a very powerful system like mine or other guys too, it doesn't matter. You can upgrade it to infinity and the frame rate will still drop. So for an ARPG that people play still on 1070s, 1080s, I think there's a lot of room for improvement here. So this is increased hell in Rage of Top Hell. Okay, let's try and see this. Now the thing is, we already have one high health enemies take 50% less damage modifier. So I don't even know what I should do. Maybe we'll take this one with the high health enemies deal more damage after all. I promised I wouldn't, but then we can get to that discovery node in the web. Yeah. Don't worry about that. First and foremost, I'm doing this as a hobby in my free time, even if I stream daily, day outside of Sundays. I'm not in this for the money. I have a job already. Thank you very much. And I'm actually not very interested in going for Twitch affiliate just yet, because currently I am multi-streaming. So you can find the stream when it goes live also on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. You can find it on Facebook Gaming, but let's be honest, who's watching Facebook Gaming? And you can also find it on Trovo.com. Trovo is a streaming service made by Tencent. It's actually a very large Chinese company. They currently also own about 20% of 11-hour games, the developers of Last Epoch, the game I'm currently playing. But I am putting my money on YouTube as well. You can see my YouTube channel over there. And basically, I suppose you're using Twitch mostly for streaming, just as I do, to watch streamers. But YouTube also has a live service. So I'm also streaming there whenever I'm streaming on Twitch. And if I would go for Twitch affiliate to enable subscriptions and all that jazz, then they would make me not stream to other platforms at the same time. I think it's more important as I just started this stream 3 weeks ago. I started it this month in June. It's more important in order to grow organically to be on as many platforms as I can right now, even if Twitch is still the king of streaming, at least for gaming. Wow, look at that. Increased spell crit, doubled if you have over 300 max mana. Wow, this is so good. I'm almost tempted to exchange that for the prism wraps. The thing is, if I'm trying to craft something on it, it has armor and it has a chance to apply frostbite on hit with cold skills. So I would rather keep it for a frost mage. Currently playing a lightning sorcerer. I will keep it for a frost sorcerer just to see if that brings us anything. But this exalted affix is so good because you basically get 214% increased spell crit, which would bring my spell critical strike chance to 85, even 90%. But I'm not exchanging the prism wraps for that. Prism wraps is great for survivability, so I'm going to keep it for later. Would you actually explain to me the difference between subs and gifting subs? I mean, what is the difference? Because I never understood that part of Twitch before, and I was too lazy to Google it. But since you've been using Twitch for a while, more than me, even though my account is from December 2011, but I didn't spend a lot of time watching the others. What is the difference, Mickey, between a sub and gifting a sub? And this echo is quite convoluted. Ruined City is always like that, not a lot of mobs. So we're just going to go up here, do a couple more packs, and then we're going to get out of this echo because it doesn't bring us anything. See, dead end. Ruined City is full of dead ends. Or if any of you other guys know what the difference between a sub and gifting a sub is on Twitch. I actually prefer to just have an external website, which I do, if anyone wants to tip the channel, but that is not asked for in any way, because if I wanted to make money from streaming, I would have not spent so much time to learn a new job and become a software developer, so I'm quite happy with what I'm doing right now. But you know, if anyone is watching and is having a good time, that's enough for me. If members of this growing little community are active on chat and they enjoy what we see, what we hear, we can exchange some interesting ideas even outside of the game itself, then I'm already happy and it brings me enough satisfaction. Again, a beacon to charge. This is just not our night, guys. And yeah, just don't mind the closed captions and the subtitles, because software is trying to do them live, but just no chance at all. Even if I were to be speaking in a perfect American or British accent, I don't think you would understand everything I'm trying to say. So the only thing that makes it work, I guess, is speak very slowly, call out punctuation signs, like say comma, exclamation mark, question mark. But you can't just speak so slowly to put people to sleep on a stream. But I mean, yeah, people can subscribe, and it costs them $5 or whatever. Twitch gets half of that, guys, just so you know. So if you pay $5 a month for a sub, Amazon gets half of that. But there is also an option beside the subscription itself, which is called gifting a sub. So I don't really know what the difference is between the two, because I've heard this this expression, yeah, gifting a sub. But why don't you just say subscribing to the streamer and using this instead, gifting a sub? Now most streamers, even myself, have set up an external web page for tips and donations. Even for my channel, even if it's at the beginning, everybody can find that website in my about channel section, or by just using the donations command. And basically the streamer gets all the money through that external web page, or maybe, you know, that web page also gets a share, but it's not 50% like it is with Twitch subs. For example, in my case, Mickey, and I can show you, we can actually see all the commands here. And one of them is the donation command. And yeah, so you see it's an external website through Streamlabs. It's the software I'm using for my dashboard, and I'm also using Streamlabs OBS to stream. Used to use OBS before when I was only streaming on YouTube Live. But basically, most of the streamers that aren't like Twitch partners and all that stuff use an external website for donations. And the plan for this stream is basically to multi-stream, so I think as soon as we reach 50 followers, I can actually qualify for Twitch affiliate. You just receive an automatic email, and I could make that mistake and say yes. A Twitch affiliate makes you stream only on Twitch, and for a small channel that is growing, I think nowadays, 2022, it's very hard to get discovered on Twitch, let's say. It's better to multi-stream on various platforms, and I also do stream highlights, so little segments of each daily stream, and I also post them on YouTube. I also have a small following over there, people watching, people liking the videos. So if you are a Twitch affiliate, not to mention a Twitch partner, for that comes later on, then you have to stream only on Twitch, and you cannot post any stream content earlier than 24 hours or on any other platforms, which is too exclusive for me. So I'm sure Twitch will be here for many years to come. I'm sure lots of people will still come to Twitch to watch gaming streams. However, I've done my own research. I watched some statistics, and the user base on Twitch doesn't grow all that much anymore. So I think it reached a little bit of saturation, and especially if you're now. So I don't think we're going to get ahead with this beacon, guys, especially because of the damage modifier. So we can just go ahead in this direction. But what I wanted to say is that YouTube also offers very good tools. When I started streaming, I started streaming on YouTube Live, but only on YouTube Live. I was using OBS Studio back then, so not Streamlabs OBS. And yeah, there are not a lot of people watching gaming streams over there. I don't think YouTube will be able to surpass Twitch in the number of viewers, people on YouTube to watch games anytime soon. There are a lot of channels that stream live on YouTube successfully, on YouTube Live, but for other topics than gaming. So when it comes to gaming, I don't know which other meme of the month there is, like hot tubs or whatever, ASMR streams, and Twitch still is king. What I'm a bit worried about is how many viewers the streams for slots and casinos get. And those streams I think are sponsored by big online casinos and the gambling industry. And yeah, I actually put a stream highlight on that when we were talking about it on stream with some viewers. It's also on YouTube, so I try to do like this, you know, when we have an interesting topic to discuss or anything like that, I just do a stream highlight, put it on YouTube as well. Well, all the potions are just where there are all the mobs, so let's just try and kite them around a bit. Some decoys over there, get some mana back. And now I think it's okay. We can also get the potions because you see we are at 0 potions, guys. Arenas are always tricky, especially when the modifiers are what they are. So Mickey, we're playing the game at like maximum difficulty right now. It's like uber difficulty, and yeah, I'm doing this to get an item from a certain boss in this current map setting, just so you know. But the game is very similar to like the Diablo series, Path of Exile even if Path of Exile is really doing its own thing. I would compare it to the Diablo series as the most last epoch game I'm currently playing. Let's see what's happening over here. Wave 12. So this is the last wave. Okay, good. So basically we just need to get down the mobs that are still alive. There will be no more mobs spawning. Last Epoch is quite a hard game. It's quite a hard game, so people are still in that honeymoon phase and we say, yeah, you can just succeed with any build, don't just follow, you know, what others are saying. No, it's actually pretty hard. This sorcerer is like perfectly geared. What I'm still missing for what I'm aiming at is a pair of gloves, the Ravenous Void, so that's what's in the info on the upper left side of the screen. But other than that, it's pretty well geared, and still I get to die quite a lot depending which modifiers I stack up. But then again, we have this monolith, so this collection of maps at 557 corruption, which is just insane. Usually people just stop at about 300 corruption. But when raising the corruption, so the difficulty, then you also increase the item rarity, the potential item rarity you can get. And we're aiming for 500% extra item rarity, so that we get to try at least to get those gloves to drop from the end boss of this monolith. So less damage, up to how much stability. I think we're good to go here, and we'll just clear up the entire echo here to get some extra stability, and at 900 we can do the boss. So I think after this one we'll try and see, maybe do another one just to change our modifier configuration. I've heard of Genshin Impact. I didn't play it myself. Genshin Impact is more in the vein of, let's say, Lost Ark or even Diablo Immortal, which released now. They are free-to-play games, and that's right, but they do everything in their power to monetize the game, and even limiting your action points. So for example, for Genshin Impact, you have, like, from what I've seen on YouTube, you have a collection of action points, a number of action points per day, and these action points allow you to, I don't know, do trading, do crafting, do gathering, do fighting. And once those action points are gone, you can't do anything more for the day. And if you want to play the game more, then you have to pay real life money for that. And these are just practices I don't really encourage. Last Epoch doesn't have any pay to win. You probably heard that expression before. But it's a pay to play game, let's say, so it costs $40, €40 to buy. And it's still an early access game. So it's an early access game on Steam, hasn't been fully released yet. I did play quite a lot of Path of Exile, and even if that game is monetized as well with cosmetics, which I don't really care about for Path of Exile, but they also monetize the stash tabs, so you get a lot of items in Path of Exile, and if you want to put them in your stash, then they sell to you some tabs that are quite useful, especially the one for maps and the one for currencies. Those are pretty much a must, because currencies in Path of Exile are like 50 different types of items. So it's a barter system. It's not, you don't buy things with gold in Path of Exile, just the bartering with different types of orbs, chaos orbs, exalted orbs, and so on and so forth, mirrors. And personally, I like the system, the monetizing system in Path of Exile more. Yeah, Path of Exile is also a free-to-play game, but it's quite complex to get into, so I can understand why a lot of people play Genshin Impact or Lost Ark or similar games like that, because they're easier to get into. I see. And could you tell me what class do you play in Genshin Impact, or what type of game? Is it a ranged character? Is it melee, like close combat weapons? And maybe you can also tell me just what you can do in that game, or how the game progression looks like. Of course, I can always watch a YouTube video, but since you're here and you play it every day, I'm actually interested to understand what the appeal is. Because yeah, I've had a friend a year ago or something. No, when the game came out, I think it was more than a year ago, a year and a half. I'm not really sure when Genshin Impact came out, at least on PCs. But I know he was playing it at the time. I'm not really sure if he's still playing it or not. Mage character, yeah. So this character on the screen is also pretty much a caster type, using wands and yeah, lightning spells in this case for this build. That's what I usually play as well. I play casters and mages. Sometimes I also play rangers, like with a bow and arrow, but I think casters are always more interesting and more versatile, at least in this type of game. So I take it you're also watching Genshin Impact streamers. Do you have any favorite, or because I guess a lot of people playing ARPGs, they like to put on a stream as they are playing themselves, listen to some music, get into some conversations. Ah, pretty nice, pretty nice. And did you spend any real life money on it, or just free to play? Because I'm actually curious if that game is viable to play without spending any real life money on it. I know as it came out, I've seen some reviews and they were pretty negative. Nice, nice. So now you also have a friend, Last Epoch streamer, but I guess Last Epoch is a bit for us old dudes who grew up with Diablo 2 and all that stuff. But you never know, because the developer of this game, Last Epoch, developer is called 11 Power Games. It's an American developer, but now Tencent owns a part of them as well, and Tencent owns also Path of Exile fully. So we are getting quite into the Western ARPG scene as well by doing this kind of shopping. I'm sure nobody's forcing you. But my question was if you actually spent any real life money on Genshin Impact yet, or if you managed to build up your character and do everything in the game without paying a cent. That was my question, because I'm really curious if it's still a pay-to-win game or not. Because when it came out in 2020, lots of reviewers said it's kind of a pay-to-win game because it's a mobile game, it's a gacha game, and yeah. And what does pulling mean? What does pulling characters mean? Because I'm not familiar with the jargon, as you can imagine. Each RPG just comes with its own terms, and it's quite difficult to keep track of all of them. Yeah, okay. Did you actually try Diablo Immortal? That's also free to play, but it's heavily monetized. It's pay to win for sure. Diablo Immortal just came out like 2 weeks ago. Oh, let's focus here. I guess I'm not a big fan of this Japanese, let's say, visuals in games. That's why I also don't play JRPGs too much, Japanese RPGs. I'm kind of more of a fan of the Western look and feel of games, both classic RPGs and ARPGs or hack and slash. I should try it out. See what you think about Diablo Immortal. The game looks good. The gameplay is nice. It's just very heavily monetized. But I'm sure you will be able to see that. But the game to play itself is quite nice. So it's a Diablo game. Gameplay is responsive. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. Let's get another rarity on it. So we can just go this way. We have 3 modifiers that are available for free echoes. So we can still do 1 echo, improve the item rarity. And I think we can just do this one, so nothing too major. We're just having fun tonight. It's Saturday and we have a long night ahead of us. Finally the weekly stream is longer. But now guys, I am also able to stream a bit longer on Friday afternoons as well. So you can just check the schedule and yeah, be around when I'm on. Nino Kuni, yeah. I'm actually curious whenever you have the time, Mickey, if you want to try Diablo Immortal. And tell me, because I see you're playing a lot of games like this. And tell me what your opinion is, if it's more heavily monetized than Genshin Impact, for example. By the way, did you also try to play Lost Ark? Do you know that one? It's a Korean game which has been released in the West finally after years of waiting. Lost Ark. I'm not sure you know this one. It's more of an MMO, so it's more of a massively multiplayer online game. I tried it myself, but again, it's kind of a pay-to-win game, but not too heavy. But you have to play a lot because you need a lot of time. And the idea with so-called pay-to-win games is that they try to confuse you with dozens of different types of currencies. I know, crystals, emblems, whatever else. And all of those currencies you can buy one way or the other using the online shop. I guess they are doing these convoluted systems because otherwise some of these games would be banned, especially in European countries, because it would be considered gambling. For example, Diablo Immortal has been banned in the Netherlands and in Belgium, just because it was heavily monetizing everything. Okay, and in Lost Ark, I tried to play it for about 10 hours, and they were just confusing me with all these different types of currencies. I just wanted to play the game. I did a ranger character there, I just wanted to grow that character, and they were just annoying me all the time with this different type of currency, this different type of currency. My inventory was full of items I didn't know what to do with. So it's pretty similar to Black Desert Online, if you know that one. Lost Ark is pretty similar to Black Desert Online, at least when it comes to monetization. Both games are made by Korean developers, and it's really a culture thing over there. Because, yeah, Lost Ark takes a lot of time to play, that's for sure. But I've actually seen a video from Kyra TV on YouTube, Kyra TV, and he actually spoke to, you know, a friend of his from Korea, from South Korea. And he was saying it's a culture thing over there. So everybody spends real life money on games over there. It's like a status thing, yeah, like kids in the West are spending money on, I don't know, iPhones and whatever else. Kids in the South Korea, they spend money, real life money on games. Just because it's a status symbol, what kind of character you have, how well geared it is, and there's this entire whale culture. So whale culture, like a big whale spending $1,000 or euros on a game, and that makes you like you would drive a BMW in the West. Yeah, so it's really a culture thing, but it's not something that's really appreciated in the West. They are trying to change things over here as well, you know, marketing and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we'll find enough fans. But I mean, Diablo Immortal was released like 2 weeks ago, and they already made the profit. Well, not the profit, but they made about $20 million already in 2 weeks. $20 million only from the in-game shop, right? So still a lot of people spending money, but I guess even Blizzard, they developed Diablo Immortal more for the Chinese market, so I guess a lot of their money actually comes from Asia and not necessarily from Europe, the US, Australia and the Western world, let's say. So I don't know, if it works, it works. Developers still get a lot of money with these types of games, but yeah, not really my style. And that's why I've stayed away from Genshin Impact as well, really. I just wasn't something I wanted to encourage. But the visuals aren't really my thing, because they're not, it's just a thing of taste, really. I'm not a big fan of Japanese, Asian style graphics. But that's just me. I know there are a lot of fans of that style everywhere in the world. So it's only normal. So almost out of mana, but we're trying to get the 128 stability to actually clear the entire map. Last Epoch is significantly slower than Path of Exile in that regard, and you also fight smaller packs of mobs. It's more tactical, let's say. I'm still dying a lot, so it's pretty difficult. And until that new content update hits, I guess it's still going to take a while. So we can only wait. Okay, let's get out of here, guys, and go do the monolith boss. So the mechanics are, you do the monolith web, and you acquire enough stability. You do the boss once, and then the stability drops again. Rinse and repeat. So we can see the stability bar over here. In the case of Gaspar, we can see here in the tooltip, or not, that we need 800 stability to do him, and afterwards the stability drops, so we lose the 800 stability after we kill him. Not 800, excuse me, 900 in this case. Is the highest stability boss in the web. So we just go over here, and yeah, this is the boss that supposedly drops the Ravenous Void Gloves, which are very good for survivability. Mickey, thank you for dropping by. Have a great weekend. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye. So let's actually do this guy over here. So he doesn't hit too hard. I was careful to not get too many damage modifiers, let's say. We only have slow on hit. High health enemies take 50% less damage, and high health means over 65% health. Deal increased damage. This is an issue, but it's not too big. And again, high health enemies take 50% less damage, so double trouble. This is why his health is dropping so slowly. Not because he has a lot of health, but just because, yeah, actually kill me. I have to try it again. Just make sure I don't run out of mana when he is rotating. I just have to write a note to myself, post it here. Never use focus when he is rotating. So ideally not run out of mana then. So one hit is like 1000 hit points. He doesn't heal if I don't hit him, nothing like that. He's just going to enrage at half health. Yeah. Yeah, see, so now I'm kind of out of mana. I also don't have any charges on my flame ward. So yeah, it's pretty tricky because it doesn't take... It takes very low damage from me because I have two modifiers stacked with 50% reduced damage at high health. So this is going to actually be an issue because I'm trying to hit him, but nothing happens. It's going to be a longer fight than I actually imagined. Yeah. Not really sure if I can do him like this. I have to actually, so we have to take 50% less damage modifiers. But one of them will run out. Void enemies do 300% increased damage. Are you kidding me? Increased health. Natural retreat to go now. 60% endurance. Increased damage and critical strike chance. Sure, let's do this one. Let's see what happens. But I don't think that with two stacked modifiers of 50% less damage taken at high health, we would actually get anywhere, so yeah. So let's just do this one, and we can just go for the objective as fast as possible once we know where the ash gate is located, because we don't need stability all that much. Sure, we will need it for the next Casper run, but right now, yeah, it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow. So you can see it took us an hour just to get the stability for the boss, just because the corruption is so high. I don't even know what to say. I guess it takes us about an hour, and you see in the daily streams that in an hour and a half, the length of a normal daily stream, I can only do Gaspar once. So if today we stream for 3-4 hours, we can do Gaspar twice, maybe 3 times. That's about it. So last epoch isn't that easy as you might think. Just get over 400 corruption, I would say, and see how that looks, and especially if you are trying to farm a monolith boss or something. But there are other items that drop, like Twisted Heart on me, drops from the King of Corpses, the Emperor of Corpses, I'm sorry, in the Reign of Dragons, Monolith, and other stuff as well. If you're farming a boss for drop, then it takes a long while just to get that stability. So yeah. Okay, but we're out of mana, so yeah, that's great. Let's hope we don't get any fire mages. We also need to take care when the what are they called? Scorching something, the exploding dinosaurs. Yeah, this one, smoldering lifrack. So let's just stay away. And I think at the end it summons to flame scorpions or something. Okay, almost done. Fallen Ospreys. Oh, so it doesn't summon any Ospreys fire mages because those guys are OP. They just spawn, they just spam meteor on you. Yeah, we're done now. Let's try and do Gaspar again, but then of course we'll have increased damage. So let's see what happens now after the Gaspar fight. See what drops, and yeah, it's already getting close to 100 kills. See what kind of drops we get. So right now, increased damage, chance to slow, 50% less damage, high health, so over 65% HP. And what else? Oh, actually the item rarity just went to shit because I lost 2 modifiers. That doesn't matter anyway. At least we get to kill him once, start our evening, because getting the stability for it was a pain in the ass. Just too slow. Just too slow. And it's easy to say, yeah, no, it's easy, you're just not experienced enough or anything like that, like Wizard IRL says, but I think that guy just played the game for 3,000 hours and I forgot that it still takes 30-40 minutes to get the stability once, kill the boss in a monolith, which is just, when you have to kill him 150 times, that's about 100 hours spent just farming for the Ravenous Void dogs. And that's undeniable, that's simple math. Out of the current modifiers, it's getting a bit easier. Because before we had 2 modifiers with high health enemies take 50% less damage. So basically until we reach the 65% threshold in the health, he was taking 50% less, 75% less damage, right? Ah, come on. Almost out of mana. Let's get some mana back. Let's see if we can kill him in this run before he rotates again. Well, of course, you can also summon the void. Just go for it. Just throw the kitchen sink at him. Throw the kitchen sink at him. There we go. Gloves. Unique gloves. Okay, guys. You know what it's going to be, right? Sacrificial embrace. The 16th time. Let's just skip the current. And yeah. Sacrificial embrace. It's just what you would expect. The 16th time sacrificial embrace. Because we also have this increased unique drop rate chance, blessing, and this increased gloves drop rate. But the Ravenous Void nowhere in sight. Let's update the info here. So we are currently at 94 guesswork kills. Probably with the chance to do 1 more, 2 more tonight. This is a longer stream, but normally in the daily stream it's an hour and a half, and in that stream I kind of do him only once. I don't really get to do him twice in an hour and a half, so we can expect that getting the stability, especially when we're starting the web out, takes about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Okay guys, time to take a break for 10 minutes and I'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, and we'll continue our adventures in this quite getting to be respectable web, I can say. Pretty big, so we'll just run around it, around the edge, get more stability that way. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so I think it's time for the techno party to start, and we'll continue our foray into the last ruin echo. Let's get maybe this one finally done. This one is the beacon. We need to charge. So the objective for charging beacons never actually changes. It always stays the same, and even if you die in the echo, then when you get back in, it's gonna charge the beacon, so there's no escaping that. Not sure if it's the same for all monoliths, or only for the last ruin monolith, but this one has to do with the void. So we can actually try and charge it first, because then at least if we die, it gets us completed and it will reveal the nearby echoes as well. Let's clear around for a bit. So we should have enough space to do it, hopefully. And yeah, let's start. It's quite easy to die here. Got a tight spot. Not enough of the leg room, let's say. I will see. Trying to teleport and use the mirror images. Choice. Yeah. So this time it went smoothly. Sure, less dangerous modifiers. Discovering those are always a good idea, since you can get some modifiers you don't want to expire. Yeah, and because we already died here, I'm not going to waste more time, because the maximum bonus stability we can get is 10, and of course it's a waste of time. Do we want to rearrange some rares? Do we want to do anything like that? So we can put some of them aside. For example, the unique weapon. Takes a lot of space, draws thing. I think I have this one already. And the stuff with increased spell damage, always nice. How about chest items? Yeah, we have space for that. What about the chest unique items? I don't think we need the wings of Argentus for anything really. Also body armor for the acolyte. This one is armor. Do acolytes really need armor? I guess not. Scepter, the lightning damage. Pretty interesting weapons we got today. Oh, again a devotion. Put it here aside for our eventual armor then. Just put it here. And some keys. Just put them here. And free up our inventory a bit. Some unique boots as well. And I don't know why I got this ring, probably because it has some pretty high level affixes already. I'm actually going to check here. Wow. Tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, tier 2. Well, that's not exceptional, let's say. But since it's a rare ring, we'll always use it for our next drops. Sure. And we're done. Inventory is free again. Enemies in range of half health. Yeah, let's just try to find out where the edge of the web is, so that we can go around the edge, hopefully get stability at a higher pace than we're currently at. It's a ruined city, so we're not going to get a lot of bonus stability here because ruined city is just not the best map for that. As I mentioned, the last ruin has a lot of maps with windy corridors, so not really large outdoor maps that you can farm efficiently for stability. So that's another thing when you're farming the monolith boss, in this case Elder Gaspar. Getting stability to kill him once and then doing it all over again is a bit of a pain. Yes, we need to do it about 150 times to kill him, give or take. That amounts to about 100 hours of playtime just to get one item, Ravenous Void. But that's to be expected because it's the rarest item in the game and I want it. I want it, and it will be mine. Eventually, or at least until multiplayer drops, that's for sure. Multiplayer will drop sometime this autumn, or for sure by the end of the year. But since developers said yesterday in the developer stream, they are not planning any new masteries for the next content update. Maybe adding a chapter, I don't think that's a priority for them either. So they are pushing for improving the game performance, combat feel, and the multiplayer, of course, which is feature to release. I think this is what we'll see at the next major content update. That's what I think. And you can just see the frame rates are 50 frame rates per second, 45. Only 2 mobs on the screen, 39. Ruined City is like the ruins of Welrin in the Ruined Era in Chapter 2 of the campaign. Just performance-wise, I don't know what's happening with this map template, but this is the lowest performance we get in the Ruins of Welrin in the campaign. And the Ruined City, the last ruin, monolith. Enemies heal, sure, that's not a big issue. And go for that, we can just avoid the void mob damage. We can avoid damage modifiers more or less, and also avoid the critical strike avoidance mod that just doesn't work for my build. Other than that, it's pretty much free game. Everything is on the table. White dust colors are pretty dangerous, especially if there are more than 1, 2 piled up, because they all focus me with fireballs. I don't even think it's fire damage. It might be void, it might be something else, but it's pretty nasty. A lot of white horrors here, better than getting scarabs, I guess. We can just continue going towards the edge of the map. I don't think bonus stability farming is doing us any good. I think what's doing us good is completing echoes without focusing on the stability, the bonus stability too much. I think that's the key, to be honest. Yeah, 128 bonus stability, so it must be pretty deep within the echo web monolith already. Try to reveal everything and not reset it anytime soon. But even if you do reset it, I'm not looking to raise the corruption much above 550, because we are at more or less the ideal corruption. Get around 500% item rarity when we're fighting Gaspar, of course. So just yeah, let's just look out for the smoldering refracts as they explode when they die, dealing quite a lot of damage in the process. Yeah, okay. Let's also look out for the Void Clerics. We need to kind of approach them because they do some deep end magic like this, and if you approach them, then it's all good. Do these void explosions, let's say. Smoldering Refract, let's stay away. So I guess this is the correct way, but you see, the last ruin monolith is full of windy corridors and stuff like that. For example, what I liked about the Stolen Lance, we did a foray over there for 2 evenings, is that it had a lot of outdoor maps. They also looked prettier than these catacombs, but it was also easier to farm, let's say, stability than it is here. But drops from El Gaspar, the last ruin boss, and it's what it is. Now watch out for the Void Clerics. Experience gain of kill, yeah, that's not exactly what I had in mind. Could be a useful buff, but it is what it is. And we have to charge the beacon, wonderful. Just run around like a headless chicken. Not sure that will help us a lot, but okay, let's just get some mana back. You can just use the mirror images. When we're teleporting, 80% charged, 90. So it's pretty easy because we don't have a great deal of modifiers. We have heal, enrage at half health, slow on hit, so nothing really to, no increased damage, no increased health. Pretty easy. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Actually, Adapt to spell damage while channeling. My only channeling spell is focus, and that doesn't do any damage, that's for sure. Just replenishes mana. I don't know which channeling or channeled spells the mage has, but I would really like to find out. Any of you guys know? Just drop me a line. Is Blizzard, does this game have anything like Blizzard or Frost Mage perhaps? Critical strike avoidance, and I said I won't choose this one out, but let's try and progress some more. It's an arena, good. Jeez! This is kind of the rarest shrine in the game, the one that spawns bees. Bees are kind of like a mascot for this game. They also use bee emoticons or emotes, bee emotes in the Last Epoch game channel, in the developer stream. So the bees ran off already, but I guess I'm happy that I got an arena this early on without piling up too many modifiers. It's still bearable with a 45% critical strike avoidance. I think it was a bit worse earlier on. Of course, we cannot stack 2 critical strike chance, critical strike avoidance modifiers. That would be just too much. And yeah, wave 6 out of 17, man. So I think the maximum number I got in arenas is 17 waves. Since the mobs don't take a lot of damage because of the modifier, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Health potions are at maximum. I have 4 potion slots on my belt. Looking good so far. Mob types aren't too dangerous, but you never know what's gonna spawn next. And I like this arena because there are multiple ways you can take. You can just cut them off, you can just run around. I can also teleport off this ledge here. Sometimes. It doesn't always work. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. But I'm not sure if this is an exploit or a bug in any way. Let's try here. Yeah, he's just running around like headless chicken. See? Now I can teleport off the ledge. Yeah, running out of mana. It's actually very nice because I can just run away from them, teleport away. I can recharge my mana, so I can go on forever. But you see, it's only wave 10. It's because of the critical strike avoidance modifier. I kill them very slowly now because I'm a crit based build. Yeah, 74% spell critical strike chance, and now it's basically reduced to 40% strike chance for the spell. Yeah, kind of boring. Running out of mana. Might just be the most boring arena I ever done. So that's why I'm avoiding the critical strike avoidance modifier, because it just doesn't work for my build. But now we didn't have anything else to choose. Basically a straight line. We're nearing the edge of the web. Spawn for this variant. 557 corruption. Yeah. It's what it is. Bear with me, guys. Doing the best I can. Well, at least I'm not dying, so that's significant progress, I would say. I think the most efficient way to farm stability to get to the boss isn't to go for the bonus stability. It's just a waste of time. So just completing the echo objective soon as possible. Hey, come on, ours. Basketball. I'm a big fan of playing basketball myself, but I don't have anyone to play with. Moved in Berlin 1 year ago, as you already know, and I don't really have any buddies to play basketball with. So I should just look for like a club or something like that. Germany is like the country of clubs and communities. And yeah, I should actually look for some guys to play with. Sure thing, sure thing. I'll be here. Don't you worry. The weekly stream goes on. Wave 17, so I guess only a couple of months left. Are we still... okay. So let's get out of here. All good. How my stream is going? Well, since I just started the stream 3 weeks ago, Fridays and Saturday evenings I don't have so many visitors or viewers, because when the tournament streams are on, and of course guys with like 3,000 hours of last epochs already streamed have gained a following, like Vision GL, Blizzard IRL. Now I see Lone Star McFluffin is also online. And of course, these guys have thousands upon thousands of followers. It's only natural that they get more viewers than I do. So I'm a bit at the bottom of the pile, which is only natural. So I don't mind that. It's pretty much a numbers game. Takes a while, but I'm happy that for some reason the follower goal bar shows 20 followers, but what I can see on my channel is actually 19 followers. So I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, at least it looks positive. So maybe we can actually hit that objective for this month, since we still have like a week left from the month itself. And yeah, guys, I won't be able to stream on the 30th of June, 30 June. And also, I won't be online on the 1st of July. These will be on a Thursday and on a Friday, respectively. Not next week, but the week afterwards. Because I'll be away from my computer, basically. I won't be home until later in the evening. Maybe we still got a chance for me to make an appearance on Friday evening, but the streams for the 30th of June, Thursday, and the 1st of July, Friday, will appear as cancelled in my schedule. Just so if I'll be on, it will be kind of a surprise stream, nothing really planned. This doesn't happen very often, but it's going to be like a team building event from the company I work for. Ah, okay. No more potions. No potions for you. Yeah, I kind of ran away for too much. And there are a lot of void mobs here. Void mobs always come in packs. Just try to get them here between the doorway. I think this will be better, but still I don't have a lot of mana. Let's get them in this doorway as well. And I just come here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what I was doing in Diablo 3 all the time when I was playing the Demon Hunter. Played that character for hundreds of hours, and I would just get all the mobs in the doorways and just blast them from a safe distance. That's what I like to play, ranged characters. Not very much of the melee type. But I guess in a game like Wolcen, which has a pretty good combat feel, melee is also fun. Although I played an archer there as well. And I just noticed we have one spire. I was just starting to wonder what the objective. Yeah, so I was saying I like to play basketball myself, but I need to get some buddies, make some friends in Berlin to actually do that, or just join like a club, basketball community, something like that, because Germany is like the community country. I was today at the renters community, well, it's renters association, more likely, and it's like a third of the population in Berlin is a member, and they kind of provide you with lawyers and legal counsel in case you have any, questions or just issues with your landlord, because we don't like our landlord very much at our new place, and he doesn't like us. But since we signed the contract with third party, so someone like a broker who is basically administrating the apartment, the owner himself couldn't even make an appearance. But I think at the beginning he tried to just call us or just come over unannounced, and we don't really like that. But I think things have been cleared up now, and we'll just continue, of course, living here and just interact with the broker, just interact with the actual company we signed the contract with, and not with him personally. But yeah, that's just one example of an association or a community that, some people with initiative founded many decades ago here in Germany. So I'm sure I'll find a club for like basketball as well. Not that I'm a good player or anything. I used to play a lot in high school, but that was quite a while ago. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I was saying the stream is not very active tonight. Usually I've noticed on Friday evenings and Saturday evenings it's not very active, because that's when the weekly tournament is going on for Last Epoch, and most of the guys with like 3,000 or whatever hours streamed of Last Epoch already have thousands of followers on this topic. They are streaming at the same time with me, and this is just a small channel. This is just a channel that started, so not a lot of people are joining, and that's to be expected. From my point of view, I think I cannot compete with streamers at that level, and I'm also not looking to. If you're here common hours, then it's already going great. Stream is already going great. I'm happy about that. Because it's pretty much a numbers game, and you cannot really compete with someone that has 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 followers. But the thing is, even the guys with 4,000 followers, or I don't know how many Lizard IRL has. You have 4,000 followers, but only 20 people watching. So I don't think it's a lack of interest for the streamer. Maybe it's a lack of interest for the game. But man, I would expect if you actually have 4,000 followers, and let's say out of those 4,000 followers at least 2,000 are real, because I know there are also a lot of bots on Twitch, but let's say at least 2,000 of these followers are real. Then I would expect like 100 viewers at one time, and not only 20, which is only 1% of 2,000 real followers. So it's either a lack of interest in the game, or I don't really know what's going on. Down here. Shield the skittering 8. So I reached the conclusion that it's better to just do the objective for the monolith instead of just going for that bonus stability. You still get a bit of bonus stability just because you counter mobs along the way, but you don't need to make an objective out of that because it's not really efficient when farming for stability. As you progress through the echo web and you get closer to the edge, then you get more stability anyway by doing the objective itself, and of course more bonus stability. And that's enough. You don't need to clear the entire map because it's just not efficient. This is not Puff of XR, so it's a bit different. And combat is also slower, so just have to think about it more strategically, let's say. And you see, let's try and do this echo just by killing the mobs we get along the way. Also not going straight to the objective, but if I see some of them and they see me and they attack me, then I'll go and kill them. We're already at 42 stability, so about 1/3 of stability, and we still have some ways to go until the objective. So yeah, I think that's more efficient than just going out of your way to get that bonus stability. That's for sure. So if we just kill all the mobs we get along the way, going straight to the objective, I'm actually curious how much stability we're gonna get. In percentages, of course, because as you progress through the web, the bonus stability increases and the stability you get for doing the objective increases as well. We are pretty much at the edge of the web now. And once we get the edge of the web established, it's pretty much surrounded by all base nodes, so we can't progress any further without resetting it. Then we can just go around that edge and try to farm stability a bit more efficiently, because otherwise it's taking quite a lot to get to Gaspar. You can see in my daily streams, in an hour and a half really, of course because I'm also talking with you guys and having fun, but still in an hour and a half we only get to do Gaspar basically once. So one could assume it takes up to an hour, between 40 minutes and an hour, to farm the stability needed for one Gaspar run. So you can just imagine, let's say you need to kill Gaspar for 150 times to get the Ravenous Void Grind, the item after. And yeah, if it takes even 40 minutes, that would amount to about, I don't know, 100 hours of game time just to get one item. It's kind of insane. I can't imagine anyone spending that time in a cycle, in a league, season, whatever, you get that one item. Of course, a lot of things will change from now and even until 1.0. And yeah, the next big content update will most likely include the multiplayer. At least I think this is what the developer wants. In the developer stream yesterday, Mike said they're not looking to add any new masteries. And yeah, I don't think they'll add any new chapters for sure. I don't think they'll add any new dungeons just because most people hate them. So we're just focused on game performance, which is a must. On combat feel as well, and on multiplayer. And I guess once multiplayer hits, once cycles hit, seasons hit, then if you want the Ravenous Void, maybe you can trade it for it or buy it at the auction house, the bazaar, whatever. Because otherwise it just takes 100 hours to get that one item. It's kind of a pain. Okay, so actually in this monolith we did 66 out of 146 bonus stability just by killing the mobs we found along the way. So let's see, 66 out of 146 stability, that's 146. So we got 48%. We got half of the bonus stability just by killing the mobs. And also we got the stability for doing the objective. Since we're pretty far away in the web, then yeah, I think this is the most efficient way for stability if you're farming the monolith boss, and not go for filling out that bonus stability bar, because that's just a waste of time. In that time, you could do another monolith, another echo, excuse me, and get more stability that way. And also another modifier which increases your item rarity. So yeah, we're currently at 347 increased item rarity. I think we're going to continue doing some echoes, even if we can do guests for now, just so we can at least increase the item rarity about 400%. 500% is one up, yet 500% item rarity is really, this just means stacking up on the worst modifiers ever. Lots of health, lots of damage, and actually if I stack up on too many damage modifiers, other Gaspar one-shots even me when he is rotating, so yeah. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Playing basketball, huh? Good stuff. I love to play basketball myself. But not with this heat. We've had almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. See, I'm starting to learn the Fahrenheit system. Well, we are at 94 kills. We downed Gaspar once already, and he dropped unique gloves. And guess what? It was a sacrificial embrace again. I think the 16th time. No surprise there. And I'm just trying to stack up on a couple more modifiers. We're pretty deep. We've been in the web now, so we are getting stability a bit faster. We are not going to reset it tonight, at least I don't think so. And yeah, what can I say? The hunt goes on. Oh, prison spires. What kind of damage do prison spires do? Also void damage, right? Guess so. How have you been, common hours? Are you a good basketball player, by the way? Because I'm not. I'd like to join a club or a, community, play basketball with here in Berlin. But I haven't really played basketball seriously since high school. I'm kind of tall, but not that tall. Not the NBA Lakers tall, LA Lakers tall or something like that. But I'm tall enough to, let's say, I could play decent basketball. But for now it's too hot, so today we just focused on some administrative matters, talked to the Renters Association, did some weekly shopping, and the rest of the day stayed in bed, suffering from the heat. No, not really. I just did some more research, read some articles about what's happening in the world. Wow, so people actually play soccer in the States. That's hard to imagine. If you're from Brazil or something, then yeah, I could say yeah. Everybody plays basketball. Sorry, soccer over there. I'm neither. I'm not a soccer player or a basketball player either. But when I used to play a lot of basketball in high school, then yeah, I could have said I'm a basketball player and not a soccer player. I just need some practice. Everybody here is just dead from the heat. Germans are just going sunbathing. We have a lot of like nudist bitches here. They can just stay in the sun, fully nude. Something you probably don't see in the States. Not that often, at least. They have this whole free body culture thing here. Been alive and well. And I was actually surprised to find out that this nudist beach thing was started in the communist era, when Germany was split between the Federal Republic of Germany and the Democratic Republic of Germany, which was the communist part. Because Angela Merkel, so the former Chancellor of Germany, when she was younger in the 70s, like she used to visit Romania and go to nudist beaches over there. There are actually some pictures, but yeah. And she used to visit communist Romania a lot. She liked to get around, she liked to travel, and of course from the communist part of Germany, you could only travel to other communist states of the USSR, former USSR. So people are kind of going insane here from the heat. And it's funny because Germans usually like to go to Spain. They just love Spain and the Spanish culture a lot. I guess it's just very different from their own. And in Spain right now, Zaragoza, Spain, and Bilbao, so even in the north of Spain, it's like 42 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. We still have an imprisoned spire, so I cannot check 42 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. But it's a lot, right? So I think Germans are just steering clear from Spain right now. South France and everywhere else it's too hot. But then the heat comes after them, even in Berlin, northern Germany, which is 47 degrees, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's just insane for Berlin. Pretty much unheard of. Now my colleague I told you about yesterday, he's in London now. He's very happy. I got a bit of rain, but yesterday there was 31 degrees Celsius even in London, so let's see what we can do about the item rarity. We can get this glancing blow one. So basically, when you hit them, they get a bit of damage reduction. It's an arena, I guess it's okay. Slow on hit, endurance, increased health. Yeah, so a lot of mob survivability modifiers, we could say. But common hours, where do you go and play basketball? Do you have like a park over there? Do you have some friends you go with to play, or you just play with random strangers when you go over there? Do you play at one basketball hoop or whatever it's called, or do you play at two, so like full court? Do you play half court or do you play full court? Because I do have some basketball hoops, I guess it's called, in the vicinity, in the area. There is a park for that. I don't know, it's just full of kids all the time. And I want to go over there and and tell them to go away or anything like that. I should get a couple of friends to play with. But I've been living in Berlin for only, whoa, 1 year. Too many of those festering cultists, man. Oh god. They're so fast and they hit so hard. God damn it. Get out of here. Mommy! I have no potions. God damn it. Oh! Okay, finally some health potions. Great. No mana, no health potions. The story of my life. Looks like my real life. Kinda. Like a metaphor from my real life. But hey, it is what it is. No money, no problem. Okay, wave 10 out of 16. Jeez, this is gonna take a while. Yeah, so I guess after this one we still have room for one more modifier to increase the stability even further. Oh god, festering cultists are the worst. Why do I get into an arena with festering cultists? This is just bad luck. And a lot of void mobs. Jesus. Look at that. Performance is going well, but if I performance was like at 50 frames per second, but then I threw a static orb and frame rate just dropped from 50 to 25. And seriously, this is a pretty powerful system. It's a 2080 Super desktop grade, i9 6040 gigs of RAM. So even if we with a 380 3080 or whatever, I think instead of 50 frames I might get 60, and when I throw out the static orb, instead of 25 frames I would get 30. Wow, big improvement. And I don't know, 2,000 euros less in my pocket. I don't know how much 380 is going for these days. I know there was a shortage for a long time when they got launched, microchip crisis and all that. So I guess people can actually get them now, but I don't know at which price. But with the current inflation and the microchip shortage is not going away anytime soon, I would expect they're quite expensive. And I think next generation of Nvidia chips will come this year or next year. They release a new generation every 2 years. So I think the 3.0 generation was released in 2020. Could mean this autumn they'll announce the 4.0 whatever generation. Each one of them has a name of like scientists, Pascal and Fermi and theoretical physicists. Wave 16, so at least no more mobs are spawning, no more festering cultists. Oh yeah. And I think we'll do another echo after this one. Get one more modifier and do Gaspar. See, because we have already a shitload of stability. So we're doing quite well for ourselves. Some older people. Oh, nice. It's nice to see that, you know, in countries like the US or Germany, older people, whatever, people that are 40, 50, 60 years old, still do sports and lots of it. In Romania, basically older people just fall apart after they get to 30 or 40 years. They just drink a lot and eat a lot of crap, and old people you just find playing chess in the park, and not even chess anymore because that's too, I guess, too stressful for their mind. They just play checkers, a game I never really understood, because just throw out some dice and just like a luck game or something like that. So yeah, that's what older people do in Romania, at least. It's a sad state of affairs. 412 increased item rarity. Well, what can we do to top that? 60% endurance, we already have that one. Increased health, I don't want to increase his health too much. Increased damage, I guess we can get that. Or just this one with the heal. I don't want a lot of stress, I just want to do something easy. So let's just take this one with the enemy's heal. Go for the objective and go for Gaspar. Yeah, that's the plan. 95 kills. I was hoping to get 100 Gaspar kills this week, and we would have gotten 100. But I spent the evenings trying to improve my increased cloud drop chance blessing in the Stone last monolith. And I think that was actually been beneficial, because last ruin is just so depressing. It only has these depressing maps. When the Stolen Lands, on the other hand, has very nice, colorful maps, outdoor maps, easy to farm. So a change of scenery is good, you know. Sometimes when you're close to getting burnout from farming an item, you just switch for a couple of days and then get back to it. So Void Spires, 2 of them. Okay, let's just go for the Void Spires. And you're gonna hate me for it, but I'm just going straight for it. YOLO. Oh man. YOLO. Man, they have so much health. Wow. Out of mana, of course. Surprise there. Come on. I already... Oh, it's healing. It's healing. The Void Spire is healing as well. Jesus. This is gonna take a while. So even the heal modifier is a pain. Oh. You reap what you sow. Hey, Reblu. No, I was talking about the content updates earlier, and I posted a highlight today on YouTube. I think it's going live now. The latest content update was in March, and that was with Dungeons. And the next one will be, I quote from the developer blog, September-ish. But they are not expecting, it was also said by Mike in the developer blog, developer stream yesterday. They're not going to release in the next major content update any new masteries. Probably not the new chapters, so what we're expecting is probably the multiplayer, right? They are working more now on improving the performance for the game, the combat feel, which is also important, and of course the multiplayer. So I'm not sure if they will add any new content anytime soon. Except the multiplayer, which is something we are already waiting for, I suppose. But at the current time, I guess the most fun you can get is trying out new builds. Or in my case, this is quite a high-end character. It's the Lightning Sorcerer. You can use the build command to see the exact build. I'm at 557 corruption, and I'm just farming for what is basically the rarest item in the game, the Ravenous Void Gloves, which would improve my character a lot. After that, I would probably focus more on dungeons. Dungeons aren't really accessible to lesser geared characters also, so it's a bit prohibitive, farming for the keys as well. Are you currently playing? I guess not, Rebru. So just checking how the game looks, checking up the streams. I played the game myself in May 2021 when I got it. They released Chapter 8 back then and introduced the idle system, I think. And then I just took a break until maybe March this year. play chapter 9, which we introduced last autumn. And yeah, actually look for a viable class that I can do endgame with. And yeah, I've been playing ever since. I'm gonna start streaming. This is a newer stream, so yeah, I just started it 3 weeks ago. But I can keep to the schedule and find in the channel, so I'll be here almost every day. Oh, come on, don't tell me I'm going to die now. I guess we are healing. It's also taking too long because I took too many health and whatever. Mob survivability modifiers. Now we're going to heal. So much health. So much health. Come on, come on, come on. And the only reason I'm doing this high corruption is because it improves my chance at a higher item rarity increase percentage at the end boss, so at Elder Gaspar. Yeah, this is 557 corruption, which is the only reason I'm doing this is because I can increase the item rarity to at least 400%, even at 500% at times at Elder Gaspar. And that basically caps the drop chance for the Ravenous Void Gloves at about the maximum, which is 3% drop chance rate. I usually don't force monoliths beyond 350 corruption. This is only a strategy if you are farming the end boss, but it's not something I would recommend. I kind of die a lot and the modifiers are very nasty, and yeah, even with this character, which is very well geared, all excels, Twisted Heart of the Kairos, Prism Wraps, you can see I get almost 2300 HP, but also I get a lot of word, even 2000, 3000 word. So yeah, it's got pretty much everything except the Ravenous Void Gloves, which would improve my defense a lot, I would say. Void Knight and Ranger. How is the Ranger? How did you enjoy the Ranger? I kind of like range characters more than melee myself. I think Void Knight is pretty interesting, but pretty unique to RPG hack and slash scene. But I don't know how the Ranger is. If you've gotten to about level 70, does it have enough survivability? Is it a good bosser? Because from what I understand, at least from Epoch builds, I was watching a video on him doing tier 4 Jura, and yeah, like a character he built in 2 days for the weekly tournament race, and he was saying that Ranger relies a lot on dodge for defense, and dodge is not a very good strategy for boss abilities. What helps more is armor and of course endurance. Is it called a Ranger? Because I don't even know if it's called Marksman in last epoch, or probably Ranger. I have no idea. I tried to play the Rogue a bit. I went for Blade Dancer, went to about level 40, but I just did the build myself and I messed it up with the shadow thing. I didn't really understand what was going on there. It was like a shuriken and shadow something Blade Dancer. And that didn't really work out well for me, at least. Crossbow, okay, very nice. Yeah, I think some of the, I don't know, S tier classes in the game currently are the Void Knight. And I think also the Hammer Smite Paladin. Epoch builds was actually killed tier 4 Jura with that Hammer Smite Paladin stuff, which is a melee character, but it's kind of range character. That helps a lot. So yeah, Void Knight, hammered in. And I think the sorcerer is pretty well balanced. I mean, it's not OP or anything, but it does what you expect the sorcerer to do. And I think with this build, I can just link it to you. Build. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good mix between high damage output and a bit of survivability. Not as much as Void Knight for sure. Oh yeah, the Ravenous Void Gloves are good for a lot of classes. I've seen Lizard IRL also playing a Void Knight, I think, and he of course has the Ravenous Void on that character as well. Ravenous Void is just good for almost any character type, so it just reduces damage, all types of damage. And it gives you a debuff which you can just cleanse by using potions, but that's about it. You get up to 40% reduced damage. Normally it's 15%, and once your health drops below the endurance threshold, then it gets overloaded basically, and you get 40% reduced damage. Not to mention what your endurance gives you as well. Just excuse me for a minute. This is getting a bit out of control here. And we're still healing, and yeah, you can see when I'm throwing the static orb, the frame rate just drops, and I'm playing this on a very solid gaming computer, to be honest. So I hope they do something about that performance soon. I don't care about new masteries, I don't care about new chapters, I don't care about shiny new dungeons, just improve goddamn performance, man. Wow, okay, let me just get my mana back. Why am I going in this direction anyway? Let's just kill the spiral already and get out of here. This takes too long. And it's not about me talking to you guys or anything like that. It just takes too long because of the modifiers. They have a lot of health. They also heal. Ah, they found me. God damn it. Let's see now. Can I just focus the Void Spire and get out of here afterwards? Hope I can. So long, suckers! Get out of here. Good. So I think we're going to do Gasper now. Again. 95th time, so take 95. And yeah. Let's see. I don't know, in this application I'm using for royalty-free music, I actually have instrumental check. But this girl is singing, so I'm trying to look for music that doesn't have any vocals. Because this is weird. I'm talking, she's singing. What the hell is that? Looks like my own home. Ah, just kidding. So yeah, even if the instrumental filter is turned on, I guess it doesn't work for all tracks. But Pretzel Rocks is a pretty solid app for royalty-free music. But remember, it's royalty-free only for Twitch or DMCA, whatever protected. If you're trying to use it for YouTube, there is a little filter, YouTube safe, turned on, but that's only about, I would say, 1% of all tracks that Pretzel Rocks has to offer. So they offer like around, they claim to offer around 400,000, 420,000, something like that. And only 5,000 tracks that are YouTube safe. So yeah, but if it's safe for Twitch, good for me, man. Good for me. Wow, okay. I need to keep casting and get some ward because otherwise he'll kill me. But I don't have any mana, so what a conundrum. Let me just get my mana back now. Yeah, I was expecting that. Spawn the void. And now he's healing. It's just gonna take a while longer. Could be worse, I guess. Let's try and focus, damage him. Just with some mana, but not spend too much time on focus, because then he will heal. Yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. What do you think, common hours? Will this be it? 95th kill? Will we get the Ravenous Void? Come on, man, because he's gonna heal. I'm trying to damage him. Oh, am I even hitting him? I guess I am. Come on, don't heal now. Come on. What do you think, guys? Will this be it? Ravenous Void. And it would be funny now to die. No, it wouldn't be funny. No one will laugh, not even myself. Come on, stop healing. Stop healing already. Stop healing. Man, do you see how slow that health is dropping? It's unbelievable. Come on already. Gloves. Unique gloves. So it's either the Ravenous Void or the 17th time we get Sacrificial Embrace. 17th Sacrificial Embrace, 1 time Ravenous Void. Doesn't look like a fair ratio to me. Stick, whatever. Sacrificial Embrace, you know it. 17th time we get a Sacrificial Embrace, no Ravenous Void in sight. 95 kills. Alright, guys. Time for me to actually take a 10-minute break. Try to stay with you and not keep you waiting to see if we get that sweet drop from the boss. Right now we're going to wait for 10 minutes and I'll be right back. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're done with that break. And let's see what we get next. 95 gas per kills, is that right? Yeah, pretty much. For some reason I don't see the chat for the multi-stream working at all. I did a test on the YouTube stream, but hey, technology, right? Yeah, so we had so much stability. We're going to Gaspar again real soon. Let's see if we can get some more stability here. Maybe do this one and just get rid of 3 modifiers in one shot. It's not too bad. Let's see what's happening over here. Berlin Techno, if it's Saturday evening, it's Berlin Techno, you know it. But what else can I play on the stream? Like classical music. It's fine, Quetzal Rocks also has a station for classical music. Maybe we'll do a classical music party or something like that, classy, once we get the objective for this month, 25 followers. Who knows what will happen. Okay, charge the beacon. Oh, my favorite. I guess all the discovery nodes in the web have a charge the beacon objective to make them a bit harder. But I guess the modifiers I have, they don't increase damage or anything like that, they just make the mobs harder to kill, which you don't want when charging a beacon, but it's still preferable to extra damage. Let's maybe clear out for a bit. I'm always paranoid about these beacons because I need some, some room to run away. Things don't go my way. Now let's get the shrine over here as well. Hey, it's spiders. Spiders sound very dangerous. Not a very dangerous mob type. Always afraid of pestering cultists and the like. Okay, so we got some mono regen. Yeah, that's good. Mono regen is good. Started. Okay. At least we're getting mono regen still. Nice. Careful not to spam that static orb too often, because it's a lot of mana. Yeah, it's already going badly. You can see. Wow, okay. Many horrors already. Get their numbers down, but I cannot target them. Oh, okay. Get out here. 90% charged. Well, come on. Only a bit left. Whew, okay. That's done with. Well, depends the class you're playing with. I guess the bosses for sure. The boss's abilities do not favor melee builds. They favor range builds. This is something even Mike said on a developer stream, so. Yeah, so the discovery node actually didn't discover anything because we're at the edge of the web. Sometimes you do discovery nodes and they don't discover anything, really. So we've reached the far end of the web pretty much. I'm gonna go left here. Why don't we deal 300% increased damage? No thank you, because this applies to Gaspar as well. We learned that the hard way. Increased health. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's do the increased health one. 124% increased health. That's just crying out loud. The base modifier for 557 corruption is already 250%, 250% increased damage and health. What a jib. Right. Excuse me, I'm kind of losing my voice a bit here. I'm the kind of guy that even if I get, like, I'm playing for 0 viewers, I'm still talking a lot. So talking to yourself is actually a skill when starting out streaming. Until you get viewers to interact with. Well. Happening here. At least I'm not doing the stolen lance anymore, so I don't get those Osprix mages just spamming meteor on me. Those were the worst. %124% increased health. Well, it could be worse. They seem to kind of die when I hit them. Not that bad yet. But we're not going to get any other plus health modifier on top of this one. And that means we'll probably go into damage plus damage territory. Too many modifiers, we either increase health or increase damage. Hope they can make those more interesting in the long run. It's kind of boring this way. Seal the skittering gate. Let's just do the objective once we get there. Said I won't try to run for the bonus stability anymore because it's just a waste of time. Trying to go straight for the objective. But we still get to kill, after my calculation, like 48%, maybe half of the mobs even, you get to kill them along the way. And if you get like 3 spires, you kill 70-80% of them anyway, because you have to run across the entire map. Also for free patrolling mobs and all that stuff, so yeah, it's not worth it to go for the bonus stability to just fill out that far. Bonus stability is just that, the bonus are nice to have. Some extra stability you get by killing mobs in map. Damage reflection. Sure. So any plans for tonight, commoners? You going out partying? What do you usually do like Saturday evenings? Because I guess, you know, clubs are open now, bars are open now. Get some friends and just go out, have some fun. Myself, usually Saturday evenings I stream. I just got used to this in the pandemic when I was streaming on YouTube Live. And the Berlin club scene is not necessarily for me. Once I get some more friends, maybe. And I'm getting kind of old for. But what's interesting with clubs in Berlin is that during the weekends, some clubs at least, they are open non-stop, so all the time, 48-hour party non-stop. when I was younger and actually going to clubs in Bucharest. That wasn't the case. So we were staying in the club until like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, as you do. Yeah. And then the club would shut down and we're like, oh no, we want to stay a while longer. And of course we would just turn on the lights, turn off the music, like, get out of here. It's not the case in Berlin. In Berlin you can just party for 48 hours if you are so inclined. I could never do that probably. Nobody will kick you out. And he still has the heal modifier on him, so yeah. Let me just replenish mana while he's not rotating, let's see. And he already healed, so great stuff. Some mana back. His heal modifier is just, I have to, he's moving around and I just have to target him and not spend too much time replenishing mana because, yo, and so on and so forth. I guess not healthy doing the same monolith boss 100 times because it's not like a Mephisto run. Right, you need to farm the echoes to get the stability to get to this boss, and I think this is the boss with the highest stability needed to do him. 900, I think that's the maximum with it. There are other bosses with 800, maybe even 700 stability. But for this guy, the 900 to do him once. So what really bugs me is getting the stability every time. Fight him for a chance for those clubs. Kinda sad, it is what it is. It's not the most fun you can have playing the game, that's for sure, but it's just the objective I set for myself. And it's also, you know, kind of a way to document it really. I can show the developers, listen guys, you really should improve drop chances for those Ravenous Void Clubs because there's too much. There's too much. Look at this guy. Killing out the Gaspar for 95th time. All the blessings in order. Item rarity, everything done by the book, and still no luck. I think it is what it is. Not trying to look like feel sorry for myself or anything like that, but yeah, it's just the objective I've chosen for the game and for the start of this new stream. You see, we are at 95th kills. It's the 96th try, and drop still, yeah, and we'll go for the 97th time as well because 96 kill, no unique gloves. Oh. The info here, 96 kills. Just dust ourselves up and keep on keeping on. At least monolith bosses drop keys now, because when we released the Depths of Terra update in March, getting keys was a real pain. People were trying to do the new dungeons, no chance to get the new keys. Now I have like not one, not two, but 3 stash tabs full of keys. Of course, does include the arena keys as well. The hero arena one or whatever it's called. So you can just progress along the edge of the web like this. Gain more stability than we normally would, closer to the start of the web. I'm not looking to increase the corruption any further, it's for 557. I'm not looking to decrease it either. I don't want to reset the web, start over from the beginning. basically. So once you get to the edge of the web, get more stability, which means we can do the monolith boss more often. Farming for the stability to do the boss you need to kill maybe 150 times to get the Ravenous Void Grind. Is a bit much, I tell you. It's not even comparable to, I don't know, Diablo 2 or anything like that. Mephisto runs, the opposing Mephisto runs. Because at least you could do those in a couple of minutes. But here, farm the stability to do the boss once. It takes a long time. Oh, those guys are nasty. Focus fire me. Wow, static orb just halving the frames per second right there. From 60 to 30. Nice. Pestering cultists, no! Get them off me. Jesus. So fast. At least they attacked the mirror images for a bit there. It's only wave 8. We're only halfway. Yeah, okay. Let's see now. Wolves are okay in my book. Please, no more festering cultists. And these void frogs are kinda nasty just because they have a lot of health. Takes a while to drop them. To ice them. I don't see anyone playing frost mages really. At the end game at least. I'm actually wondering if it's a viable build or not. Fire mages are a viable build, especially if you convert some of that fire damage to void, which you can do with items in the game. It's a bit of a shame that you cannot convert the damage really, let's say, like you could in Grim Dawn, for example. You can just change any damage type to any damage type with the constellations, yeah, which I think is one of the greatest passive bonus system you could get, because you can also add passive bonuses to abilities for some of the free spell. So you cannot really change the item type, the damage type really in Last Epoch, unless there are specific items made specifically for that. This was actually raised in the developer stream yesterday as well. But fire mages or fire sorcerers actually do have items that convert some of the fire damage to void. And actually the community item, the community design unique they've announced, is also a staff that's great for fire / void sorcerer. Say. Interesting. Might try fire sorcerer at some point, but probably not right after this character. And of course, there will be a lot of balance changes still. Things that will change, especially in the upcoming months before release. 16. Okay, we're making progress. Longest turn I ever did. Okay, good. Let's get out of here. Oh, it's 11 p.m. I'll still be around for a while, but I cannot guarantee you for how long. The wife goes to sleep. Lights out, my friends. Lights out, I'm telling you that. Okay, Vessel of Memory to restore completed echoes to their original states. Oh, that's wonderful. So we can revert all the echoes we already did. We don't have to reset the web. We just do them again, get stability from them. That's wonderful. I will get to this memory vessel right here. This type of node is quite rare. I've only seen it a couple of times. But when you get it, it's solid gold. Pure gold. That means we can do the echoes we already did. Get a lot of stability from them. Already explored the web thoroughly. Shrouded Plateau, okay. Shrouded Plateau is my second least favorite after Ruined City. And I guess most of the map templates in Last Ruin are like this. There are no open spaces, you can just farm mobs efficiently. And this is why going for the bonus stability, going out of your way for that, not efficient. Oh, at least not in this found out. After doing a lot of echoes, I actually wonder how many echoes I did, because the map shows you the number of completed echoes and the monolith you're currently in. I wonder if I did 1000 echoes already. Not yet. But we'll do that memory vessel so we can reset the nodes, and we're interested in the nodes closer to the map of the web, so that we can get more stability and get to the monolith boss faster. Kill the Gate of Sacrifice, okay. Sacrifice is the big. Void fans, void cultists. Gotta be guys like that too in this world, I guess. I'm still actually wondering who the nemesis of that guy is in the story of Last Epoch. But of course, there's that god guy, Riley, whatever, who, I don't know, stole York's lands, whatever. But then there is also the Skeleton Emperor, whatever it's called. So the one who led to the Empire's downfall. And what else? There's the Void, of course, just like bad all over. Actually wondering what's going to happen, because you kind of go and fight these gods or whatever you do, and you get these, you know, parts of the epoch. That's what it's called. And to which end? To which purpose? You know, please let me know, because I'm just dumb and probably I don't even read all the dialogues of what's happening in the story. But still, the atmosphere, story, artwork is, I find it very nice. So actually, I still don't know what's going on in Path of Exile. So it's just like Polynesian-looking gods. Something that's happening, but I never understand what's happening. Well, at some point, if they ever release a chapter again before release, at least before 1.0, we'll go for the story again together with some roleplay. No, but I'll actually go for the story and actually read what the NPCs are saying to gain a better understanding of what's happening, because I have no idea, to be honest. It's your standard story with gods and some the void, which is just like bad all over. And there's also that skeleton emperor guy which you do a little fight with, but you don't get to kill him because you're just weak at that point. Your character's just weak. And yeah, that's quite an interesting story because that led to the empire's downfall. And you also see in chapter 9 you meet your partner or whatever. The NPC is Zarek, which you actually fight in another era. And he's that guy that looks like kind of a snake, but when you get close to him, the skeleton just gets out of the snake's mouth and tries to catch you because he's stealthy like that. And in chapter 9 I liked it that you actually meet Zarek, that undead skeleton boss you already fought, and he's alive and well back then, but you can already see what kind of guy he is. He's very charming, very charismatic, but he's kind of greedy. He's kind of two-faced. He doesn't really tell you what he wants to do. He's trying to use you and all that. Yeah, he was kind of the lieutenants of the undead skeleton emperor. So I think that's the most interesting story arc for me in the game. I actually want to find out more about what happened with the empire and fighting the skeleton king, I think it's called. I have to do the campaign once more so that I can actually understand the story, because I did it only 2 times, like completely well. Once it was when chapter 8 was released, and once again with this sorcerer when sometime after chapter 9 was released. Yeah, so let's do this vessel of memory actually and reset the echoes, and we can do them again. Very nice. Do we want to discover some more? No, I think we have more than enough, at least for this evening, to do Gaspar one more time, maybe 2 more times, but I cannot guarantee I'll be on for much longer. Less than an hour, that's for sure. Less than an hour and more than 10 minutes. So something like that, within that range. So maximum another hour. So it's night now, but the heat, you can still feel the heat radiating from the concrete. At least Berlin is a very green city, so it absorbs a lot of that heat. But the problem is the sun goes up at 6 a.m. and it goes down at 10 p.m. So that means 16 hours straight direct sunlight. And in days when there are no clouds in the sky, no rain, no nothing, which are pretty rare for Berlin, and get heated and get very, very hot. Vessel, destroy the vessel number. I've seen this type of node once or twice. What I usually get is the ones that randomize the rewards for either for the uncompleted echoes, I think. It randomizes the rewards for them. It re-rolls. But I think the vessel memory is the rarest type of node to get. I'm not really sure what the rarity of each node or chances for each node to spawn is. But usually, if you're not racing to race corruption very fast, for some reason, then it's worth exploring the entire web, because it's quite vast. The web itself is quite vast, and you can just go farming Elder Gaspar like myself. You can just go around the edges, get more stability that way with less completed echoes. So yeah, now that we've kind of found that sweet spot, that corruption level we can stay in. I'm not hurrying to do Orbis after Orbis and reset the web, because I did that a lot just to increase the corruption from 100 to what we have now, 557. Which looks like more than enough, to be honest. It's more than enough. Okay. Yeah, Vessel of Memory, and this spawns Memorial Guardian. Mana here. Memorial Elemental of Haste. What do they do? Cross damage? Or? They don't hit for a lot. They seem all that dangerous to me. Famous last words, right? We're just here to block your way. I'll be able to target the bit. That's about it. So we're done. Yeah, story-wise, to be honest, in RPGs, in hack and slash RPGs, stories were just for you to do a campaign to level a character through. So I don't think anyone intends for you to get mesmerized by the story of a hack and slash game. It's good that it's there, it's nice, but yeah, okay, when I was playing Diablo 2 and I was like still a kid, sure, I was very impressed by the story, and I actually had the original game. Games came in boxes back then, if you remember, and it also had a manual, printed manual, like the story and stuff, and they had some pretty good things over were written. Yeah, you can't just go anywhere, so we just need to go backtrack our steps. Okay, so back then Diablo 2 story, yeah, it was like, wow, it was like so good. Wow, look at how much stability this one has. This has less because it's an arena. Wow, so much stability, so much raw. Basically, you can just do couple of more or less echoes, sorry, and then we can get to Elder Gaspar again for the third time this evening, or for the 97th time for the ones who have been following the stream for a bit longer. Oh yeah, shard shrines. This is what I need. Let's get to that void gate. Maybe in this direction. I've been cutting out a lot of stream highlights from previous streams and putting them on YouTube. But now I think I'm going to stop doing that for a while and just do a stream highlight once I actually get the Ravenous Void Grasp. I feel I'm running out of things to talk about. Yeah. Or maybe just do an anniversary highlight with 100 guests per kill, still no Ravenous Void. Give my money back, PH. Yeah, I want my money back. No, but for sure we're going to have to kill him about 150 times, and even then the glass might not drop. But I'm estimating I'm going to keep doing this until closer to the end of the summer, and then just start a new character and get it ready for whatever they have released for their content update in autumn. They did say September-ish, but it can last even longer than that. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. Saying first, in the same developer blog post, they said that yeah, we're preparing the game for release cycles every 3 or 4 months. And say in that same blog post, they say yeah, okay, next content update will come in 6 months from the previous content update, because March to September is 6 months, and March to September-ish can also mean 7-8 months. So hopefully, yeah, they better get that game ready for release, I suppose, because it's dragging out a bit too much. But I'm sure after release, and once we get settled in, they have a lot of ideas to bring us content for, yeah, many years to come. Yeah, but Power Games didn't disappoint until now, so they didn't make empty promises they couldn't keep or anything like that. And still, they're an indie studio, so it's only normal. Development cycles take long, and they're basically developing a new game now, because up until this point, Last Epoch was single player, and now they are turning it into an always online game. A live service game is quite a paradigm shift, especially for less experienced developers in this field, like they are. But up to this point, they didn't disappoint really. They delivered on what they promised, even if maybe slower. Just these dungeons, I don't think anyone asked for them, but I guess it's just an experiment to see how popular they are. And if it can change, I know grinding your games in Path of Exile, they do a lot of data analysis. They know what players play more, what types of game they play more, and exactly how much. For example, I remember Harvest was very popular. Harvest was the most popular type of game until they nerfed it. Just because you can determine more or less, get more deterministic about the affixes you would get on your items. Of course, they killed that because the philosophy in Path of Exile is to just make everything casino when it comes to crafting. I still don't understand these guys playing solo solo self-found Path of Exile, because I think it's the game for that. I think they want you to do trading, they want you to check the market, they want you to interact with other players that way. What do I know? It's the guy playing games. So, whoa, that's not good. It's not good at all. Too many big mobs in my place, and I couldn't go past them. I think I have teleport. It's in a build for a Lich, which is a pretty powerful class in my opinion. It's nice survivability. It's just boring because you have to stay in that paper form all the time. But it was a build for a Lich and it didn't have any mobility skill. I think the Lich still needs. I think any class needs a mobility skill like teleport or fleet or what's called. Yeah, so I guess we can do him once now. Most likely we won't be able to do him again this evening. Get the stability for that, but at least we resetted all these echoes, so we're in a good place to just get a lot of stability really fast for the future streams as well. I can see in this evening I didn't even focus on increased item rarity or getting some very challenging modifiers. They just wanted to chill out with you guys and our little techno party and just not die too much or anything like that. But yeah, I guess we should focus on the item rarity as well. At least not do him at 360% item rarity. I did him now and the previous run. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. So this is the 97th kill. And yeah, the grind continues, eh? Maybe not. Maybe he'll drop run now. You never know. But you see, without modifiers, he's like easy mode. It's so easy. Okay, gloves. Should I hope? Sacrificial embrace. Great. So this is the 18th time we get the sacrificial embrace. Updating the info. Doing this 96 times already. No, this is the 97th. Cool. Gonna take a short break. I'll be back for more stability farming. I'm actually curious how fast we can get stability back to Gaspar again. But I don't think we'll have time for it tonight for one more Gaspar run. But we did do 3. No, we did 4. We did 4 today. So we did 4 in 3 hours time. Pretty good. 14 stability. So I guess we need to do about give or take 6 echoes, maybe 7, but I would say 6 echoes to get stability back, just because we're at the edge of the map, which is nice. But yeah, going to take a short break, 10-minute break. I'll be back then for maybe a maximum of half an hour game time. So if you have anything else to do, guys, don't wait up. I'll still be on for a bit, but not for too long. See you in 10 minutes. Why, thank you, common hours. I did enjoy my break, and I was actually going to give you some sad news. I'm going to be online for only maybe 15 minutes more. So in ending this stream, I actually wanted to see with you guys a Diablo 4 gameplay video that was released like a couple of days ago. I didn't get time to see it. Let's turn off the music for a bit, see how this works. Let me just maybe clear up. Oh, see, I have it on my Discord here, so just go. Yeah, let's click on it. On together. Of course, they're making a lot of advertisement for the Xbox Series X, because now Blizzard is part of the Microsoft family. Let's see what's happening here. Sorcerer. Barbarian. And Breaker defeated. Whenever he hits, drops that poison on you. There's Blizzard gameplay, so combat feel looks really nice. Level 1 mobs, okay. Look at the size of that sword. We don't see any other players yet. Okay, the druid. I guess we're going to show some Necromancer gameplay as well, since just announced the class. I wanted to see some more Necromancer too. Doesn't look too good on HD, right? Mobilized. So it's actually nice if you cast a debuff on an enemy. Actually shows the text of the anime itself. I do hope you can turn off the floating numbers screen. The thing is, the scenes with the ranger, at least I think I've seen them already. I'm actually wondering if this is a new video at all, or it's an older one and they just reposted it for views. Oh, this is the Necromancer. No, this is a new gameplay. That mechanical golem. It's kind of funny. Great animation, great gameplay. That's what Blizzard is known for. Nothing really compares. Yeah, still using the corpses as resources, just like the Necromancer and Diablo 3. And bone arrow, I think it's called, yeah. Is he casting any curses, guys? Seems more similar to the Necromancer in Diablo 3 than the one in Diablo 2. But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I need more time.
So this is multiplayer, or like it, the druid and the sorcerers?
I need time.
Or is it PvP? Because they did announce PvP areas, I think. It's nice that they show the debuffs as either floating text or those little icons above the mobs, above the characters when we're immobilized or whatever. That's pretty nice. Okay. Hatred. What the hell is hatred? I guess it's the resource of the ranger and not some in-game store currency. One would hope. Oh, okay. No, she says she's out of energy, so the resource is energy. What is hatred then? Is it an in-game store currency? I guess we're close to the end, so we should end with a bang, I guess, like any marketing video. This is just the build-up, right? The open world looks nice. And I don't expect it to have high system requirements, really. Not higher than Diablo 2 Resurrected. What was this item that dropped? This item that dropped. Backtrack a bit. Grave dust. Oh my god. That's another type of currency, I guess. Okay. Not getting my hopes up in this case. Oh, so her resource is energy, hatred, grave dust. Are they going to introduce 20 currencies like in Diablo Immortal? Hopefully not. I see. So we didn't end up with a bang after all. Well guys, Diablo 4, new 10 minutes exclusive gameplay from, yeah, Xbox, whatever. And of course the first suggestion I get here, why I should be concerned about Diablo 4. Well, I'm not getting concerned about a game that didn't get released yet. But I'm not getting my hopes up either. Neither should you. My friends, this has been the end of today's stream. I'm going to go offline now. Think about Diablo 4, about Last Epoch and farming Elder Gaspar and what I'm doing with my life. Just kidding. Going to sleep. It was nice to see you all today. An intimate circle. Having to chat a bit about the weekend, about how summer we're having, and about games. So with that, I bid you farewell and adieu. I will see you back on Monday, well rested, fresh. Make sure to be here 5 p.m. Central Europe time, 11:30 a.m. East Coast time. Next week I'm going to do my full streaming schedule, and the week afterwards I'll be offline for 2 days on Thursday and Friday, but I'll talk about that more towards the end of the next week on the stream. Thank you for joining, guys, and I'll see you later on Monday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Have fun. Bye. Take care of yourselves. Gata, am închid acum în 2 minute. Poți să mai